العمارة والتصميم تحت عنوان إحياء التراث مسارات مبتكرة لحياة مستدامة. صاحبة السمو الملكي الأميرة نورة بن تركي الفيصل، مساعد نائب رئيس مجلس الأمناء، الدكتورة هيفا رضا جمل الليل رئيسة جامعة عفت، المتحدثون المميزون، الضيوف، أعضاء هيئة التدريس والموظفون والطلاب بجامعة عفت، أعزائي جميعا. نبدأ فعاليتنا لليوم بتلاوة آيات من القرآن الكريم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم. الذي علم بالقلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى. إن إلى ربك الرجعى. أعوذ
صدق الله العظيم. And now we will be listening to the welcoming note from the Dean of Architecture and Design, Dr. Asma Ibrahim.
والآن سنستمع إلى كلمة الترحيب من عميدة كلية العمارة والتصميم سعادة الدكتورة أسماء إبراهيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Her Royal Highness Princess Noura Al Faisal, Her Royal Highness Princess Noura Al Faisal, and Dr. Haifa, our respected presidents, dear distinguished guests, colleagues, deans, faculty, students, and alumni. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you here to this year's conference, and it's just an honor to stand before you today as we gather once again to celebrate our achievements and to have you in a scientific journey for the 9th time. I would like to start my speech with a big congratulations to our Effat family for acquiring the full accreditation, institutional accreditation from the NCAA for the 3rd time for 7 years. Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations, Dr. Haifa, everyone here. Also, I would like to congratulate Effat family for acquiring the Nietzsche candidacy. This is also, so we are going not only national, but also global and international. We are the only institution, yes. So I would like to take you very briefly during in our journey. Since we started in 2017, each year theme has added a new layer to our understanding and approach. In our early years, we focused on urban agendas, sustainability, and resilience, delving into challenges and opportunities that shape our cities. With each passing year, we have broadened our perspective, eventually embracing themes like digital transformation and innovation, aligning with our strategic plan theme. And now we are going to have a new theme about heritage revival. This timeline reflects how each conference theme has contributed to our college's growth and mission. Here you can see a chart of our publications, a testament to our commitment to sharing knowledge and advancing our field. We have an average of 100 papers received every year, and the average accepted number of papers is from 50 to 57 accepted papers. We have managed so far to publish although we started in 2017, we only started to publish our papers in 2021. Well, alhamdulillah, we have managed to publish 3 publications with Springer Nature. One of them is Scopus Indexed. For the upcoming 2 months, we are expecting to publish 3 more books, inshallah, only from the last year conference. And we will be announcing soon that we will be upgrading our publication from Springer Nature to another publishing entity that is a surprise. And it will be Scopus and ISI indexed, inshallah. The puzzle in front of you is a visual representation of how each conference theme and our ongoing efforts connect together. Each piece represents a pillar of our mission: research, education, and community service. And each theme has added a piece to this evolving puzzle that is reflecting in all our branding that you see the puzzles everywhere. Through our conferences, we are not just exploring isolated ideas. We are building a comprehensive vision that integrates our values and goals. This year's theme, which is about heritage revival, is about valorizing our identity, but in today's rapidly changing world. That is, we felt that we must find new ways to preserve and revitalize it. Our goal this year is to explore how we can blend tradition with modern innovation, using contemporary strategies to keep our heritage alive and meaningful. And that is why we want you to accompany you in this scientific journey in the 2 days to try to answer these questions. But before that, I would like to shed a light on some of our main principles that we integrate in our College of Architecture and Design. We believe that one of our most impactful ways we bring our mission to life is through collaborations and integrating service learning projects in the 3 departments we have under our college: architecture, design, and cinematic arts. In this, so every year we are bringing new collaborations with national, governmental, international, academic, and professional entities. And this is how we really educate our students. A great example of our mission was our big collaboration with Al Balad Development Company, PDC, which is a PIF company. This partnership exemplifies how we bring together our pillars of research, education, and community service to create a dynamic learning environment. We integrated a lot of architecture design studios, elective courses, community engagement courses to explore specific public spaces inside Bab Mecca, inside the different parts of souks in Jeddah historic districts, not only in architecture, but also through a product design courses. This was maybe even bigger, as it integrated 2-semester studio courses along with a long internship that was celebrated last week with Her Royal Highness Lulu Al-Faisal and our respected President, Dr. Haif. I also always want to share, sorry? Alhamdulillah. In 2022, Effat University was the only Saudi university that was selected to work on architecture typologies in the line in Neom. I always refer to this project because, again, with the very dynamics of digitalization and the booming of this project, we brought heritage, we brought traditional Islamic elements into the design, as you can see here in some of our shots. So again, we made again a reference to our heritage. In the cinematic arts, we made a very big achievement, which is the production of a big documentary film about Voices of Al-Ula with the British Council and Arts University Bournemouth. The fund was around 100,000 sterling, and this documentary actually focused on exploring the concept of sound and what embodied the voice of traditional places and heritage places. This intimate documentation of the local community, as you can see here, is delving into a fascination with recording the sounds of sand, trees, sunlight, wind, and fog. This journey Film Festival. I'm sure that at one time we can. And now, yes. And now I just will reflect very briefly about the different events that we have during the 2 days. We will start today with the keynote speech from Professor Hanif Kara from Harvard Graduate School of Design, and then we will be having a rich panel discussion about sustainable heritage tourism and development strategies for Saudi cities, taking Al Balad as a case study. Tomorrow we will be starting for the first time, we are collaborating with the Architecture and Design Commission, and we'll be introducing a workshop about King Salman Charter. We will be having different workshops about the contemporary inspiration from Arc Muhammad Burhan, and another one about integrating BIM technologies with heritage documentation from Arc Tahir Saeed. And we have also very rich reflections from the heritage sites in Quba and Medina from Arc Taha El Dijani, and another workshop from Doha about heritage from the municipality of Doha in Qatar. We also have a big representation from the Heritage Commission that we will be presenting for us rich scientific content. We also have hosted our international expert from Australia, Dr. Peter Gold, who will be delivering 2 main workshops, one about integrating heritage into modern design, and the other about empathy and heritage. I hope you will enjoy them. One is today and the other is tomorrow. The paper sessions, of course, will be running through the two different days. As we have always a mission to educate our younger generations, we have initiated 2 months ago a competition also related to heritage, but in different 6 themes. So we have heritage photography competition, 2 related to architecture in environmental and AI powered, but related to heritage, and 2 in cinematic arts, character design and photography, and 2 in design about dream office and design products related to heritage. We have around 400 students participating from 13 different schools that we have been collaborating with, and it's ongoing because we started, but it's still ongoing. That is why we really want to engage our younger generation with heritage. Last but not least, I would like to thank all our teams and faculty who have been working tirelessly to bring this event into reality. The scientific chair is chaired by Dr. Muhammad Fikri, co-chaired by Dr. Sajid Khalifa and Dr. Ahmed Rifat and Dr. Amgad. Program chair, Dr. Tamer Sturfi, the ARC chair, along with Dr. Sajid. Dr. Tamer also designed the new gate outside. Our exhibition chair is our great Miss Maya Kamaruddin, always working with us all the time. And co-chaired by Dr. Ibrahim Saleh and Dr. Ahmed Abdel Razik. A big shout to our architecture, design, and cinematic arts student councils. Thank you so much for all your efforts. You did great job, actually. Thank you, our team, Ms. Noura, Ms. Lama, Ms. Wed, our assistants, and Ms. Rahaf, also our facilities team, PR, and the SA team who have been working all the way. Big thank you to Marah Al Jassim, our alumni who is responsible for all the branding. You see here, all the puzzles here, she is the one who designed it. Thank you so much. And I would like to conclude with just a very brief documentation for our exhibition outside. I wanted to share with you that last year we have exhibited only 80 students from 2 departments. This year we are exhibiting 160 projects from the 2 departments, plus a competition, different competition that we have been participating in, and that will be announced also by the end of this session. I hope you enjoy.
Please let's start our journey, and I really look forward to stimulating and impactful conference together. Please give us your feedback by the end of the 2 days. Thank you, and looking forward to our discussions.
Thank you, thank you, Dr. Asma, for your elaborate welcoming note. It is our pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Hanif Kara, to give his keynote speech, Heritech Rooted in Contingency and Uncertainty. Professor Hanif Kara is a practicing structural engineer and professor in practice of architecture technology at the Graduate School of Design, Harvard. He is the design director and co-founder of AKT2. He has won over 350 design awards.
يسعدنا يسعدنا الآن أن نرحب بمتحدثنا الرئيسي الأستاذ الدكتور حنيف كارة لإلقاء كلمته الرئيسية بعنوان التقنيات التراثية جذور في الطوارئ وعدم اليقين. نرحب بالأستاذ الدكتور حنيف كارة.
plight now. Sorry, I took longer than that.
صالح انت صح؟ انت صح؟
Thank you, Professor Hanif, for your insightful keynote speech. It gives us great honor to start our panel session titled Development Strategies for Saudi Cities, Al-Balad as a Case Study, moderated by Professor Mohammed Kashif from Architecture Department and enriched by our panelists, Her Royal Highness Princess Noor Al Faisal, passionate designer, entrepreneur, and business development professional, Professor Dunya Batayeb, Professor of Interior Design at King Abdulaziz University, Dr. Noura Abdurrahman Ghabra, Research Fellow at UNESCO Kingdoms Institute Al-Ula Fellowship Program, Dr. Ahmed Bek, Associate Professor at King Abdulaziz University, Ms. Zain Zidan, Red Sea Souk Manager at Red Sea International Film Festival.
يشرفنا الآن أن نبدأ جلسة النقاش بعنوان استراتيجيات تطوير المدن السعودية دراسة حالة عن حي البلد. يدير الجلسة الأستاذ الدكتور محمد كاشف من قسم العمارة ويثريها مجموعة مميزة من المتحدثين. صاحبة السمو الملكية الأميرة نورة الفيصل، مصممة شغوفة، رائدة أعمال ومتخصصة في تطوير الأعمال. الأستاذة الدكتورة دنيا بطيب، أستاذ التصميم الداخلي بجامعة الملك عبد العزيز. الدكتورة نور عبد الرحمن غبرة، زميلة بحث في برنامج زمالة معهد المملكة لليونسكو بالعلا. الدكتور أحمد بيك، أستاذ مشارك بجامعة الملك عبد العزيز. السيدة زين زيدان، مديرة سوق البحر الأحمر بمهرجان البحر الأحمر السينمائي الدولي. نرحب بمدير الجلسة الكريمة والمتحدثين الأفاضل.
Thank you so much. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to welcome our esteemed panelists, Her Royal Highness Princess Noor Al Faisal, Dr. Dunya, Dr. Noura, Dr. Ahmed Beg, and Ms. Zain Zidan. All of them bring a wealth of knowledge and diverse perspectives to this vital dialogue on heritage. So sometimes when we invoke the term or the word heritage, we think of the past, relics of the past, older buildings, but heritage includes a lot more than that. It's actually part of the identity of societies. It's their history that they can use to actually understand the present and build the future. I liked so much what Mr. Carr has said about deglobalizing actually the world. And in that sense, heritage can deglobalize our thinking process to be able to integrate our values, our identities, and our culture into building, preserving existing heritage, building heritage of today, and also for the future heritage. I will start by actually a quick discussion. Our time has been shortened, so I'm sorry for that. We welcome Princess Noura Al Faisal, influential designer, entrepreneur, and cultural advocate with a notable career that bridges the realms of fine jewelry, heritage preservation, and community-based design. Princess Noura brings a wealth of experience from her establishment of Noon Jewelry in Paris, her impactful work as the Chief Executive Officer at the Art of Heritage Center, overseeing the preservation and promotion of Saudi cultural treasures, serving on the design board of Princess Noura University to establishing Adlal for Design, a community-based research and design consultancy, focusing on supporting the local industry in line with Vision 2030. Through her varied positions and communal responsibilities, Princess Noura exemplifies the dedication to community engagement. And actually, the first question to the princess about design and the role of design in heritage. I'm sorry.
So can you repeat the question, please?
The role of design in heritage.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I think that design and heritage are intertwined. Heritage, as you very clearly said, is the accumulation of a culture geographically based. It is that which we have inherited from our ancestors, and it encompasses a way of life and a way of being. So that is both objects, architecture, stories, lifestyle, and the part. And design, of course, is the tool by which you create all of that for yourself. So I think they're intertwined, one and the same.
Can you share some thoughts on the community-based project that you have championed?
So for me, community is the place where I base everything that we do. We go back to community and education over and over. That's how you transport the knowledge that you accumulate through the generations. And it's also how you understand what's actually happening on the ground now, which is, I think, a really important balancing act to be able to understand what have we inherited, what are we taking with us, how do we interpret that, and then how do we make that valid for the generation that's coming and what they need. So that coordination is needed. And through Adlal, I think we focus very much on research using community and connecting to community in order to understand what those needs are.
Any special reference to the youth role in this regard?
So always the youth, I mean, who are we building for if not for the youth? So one of the programs that we're working on at the moment is really focused on K-12, so really working with children and between the ages of 8 and 18 to understand and co-create with them a sort of ethos on what is design, what is creativity, what is thinking, and empowering them with this so that by the time they get to the point where they come to Effat University or to other universities, they have that knowledge that they need and the basic sort of understanding of where they want to go, who they want to be, and what they want to study.
Oh, thank you so much. Last question actually regarding the use of global perspectives in heritage. How did you employ any globalized thinking of how we deal with our heritage?
So I think heritage is as was very clearly exhibited, heritage is unique to a geographical space. I mean, I think that deglobalization that you spoke of is extremely important. It's about your identity. Your heritage is your identity and who you speak to the world as. It represents you and your culture. And I think that it's important for that to be present in everything that we do. Otherwise, it doesn't actually touch our lives in the way that we live it.
Thank you so much. This has been very rich.
You're welcome.
We can, Dr. Noura? So our esteemed guest, we welcome Dr. Noura, Interior Architecture Professor at King Abdulaziz University and Research Fellow at UNESCO, Institute of Al-Ula Fellowship Program, PhD from the University of Nottingham. Her consultancy work has focused on evaluating and documenting Saudi Arabia's World Heritage Sites. Dr. Noura research emphasizes human-centric design and sustainable strategies for preserving cultural heritage. Actually, and the first question is the key factors that contribute to the success or failure of heritage preservation projects. The key factors.
Thank you very much for the elaborated introduction. I hope I'll have that. Yeah. First of all, the preservation and conservation of heritage is a very broad topic, and it's a very interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, transdisciplinary sector as well. So I will be speaking about just a very few key strategies that can be beneficial and should be beneficial when we talk about heritage. One of the main views is to look at heritage as an asset, and it has already been acknowledged and recognized globally as an asset in all aspects, but also to understand that this asset needs protection as well. So we can use it to enrich and influence our present and future, and at the same time it needs to be protected from so many global threats, including climate change, for example. So when we look at the successful examples around the world, and also here in Saudi, we can say that there are like maybe 4 main strategies that can really enhance the heritage as an asset from my point of view and from my research. The first one is about the indigenous ways of knowings. And when we talk about indigenous ways of knowings, we confine both tangible and intangible elements of heritage, and how that should be documented and preserved and also transferred for the next generation, and also to be fully understood and to understand them in a way on how we can use them and apply them in any conservation projects or even in new and contemporary development. So the first one is indigenous ways of knowing. The second one is the community engagement and participation, both in a way that we engage them in from policy making level till the operational and the applying level, and at the same time empowering them through those projects that we will be doing in these heritage areas. The third one is adaptive reuse, or one of the things that Dr. Hanif mentioned, and how to reuse those places again as an asset for future development. The last thing, and it's not in this order, it's what Prince has just mentioned about the education and heritage interpretations. So how we can understand this heritage again, and how we can transfer it and educate people about the stories and the narratives that those places hold. Thank you very much.
Can you reflect on Al-Balad as a significant area that actually we're looking at now in Jeddah?
هذا حديث ذو شجون. Al-Balad has a very dear place in everyone's heart in the room, I believe. Well, Al-Balad actually is tackling all those aspects that I'm talking about, like the development that's going on now. The heart of it is the adaptability and the reusability of the area. There is a lot of stories and there's a lot of narratives that's going in Al-Balad that's been documented and transferred and celebrated even in so many ways. Some of them worldwide initiatives. I think there is still a lot of room for how we can tackle community engagement. There are brilliant examples like Souq al-Attarin, like all those places. Also, a lot of work needs to be done also in terms of education and heritage interpretation. I know that there is a lot of efforts throughout the universities and the NGOs around the area, but also more collaboration between them, more partnership can even enhance the work more and more. Of course, we always aspire for the best.
Thank you so much. Dr. Dunya, I would like to welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Dunya Rashad, interior design professor and researcher with a PhD from Tunisia. Her research focuses on design thinking, Saudi cultural context, and enhancing residential well-being. Dr. Dunya holds several furniture design patents and has earned multiple international awards. She is the author of Representations and Perceptions in Interior Architecture. And actually, the connection between the cultural context and heritage is very significant in the sense that it's culture that makes up heritage in various respects. Can you please elaborate on that?
Thank you for this question, but I will switch to speak Arabic. It will be more
You'll be happier by the way.
Maybe. So, أول شيء طبعاً مهم جداً إني أحدد إني ماني في الحفاظ على التراث بقدر ما إني مهتمة بالسياق الثقافي وإعادة إحياء التراث من منظور تصميمي. منظور التصميم جدا جدا مهم في هذا الإطار. دور المصمم مهم، التفكير التصميمي مهم، ومهم جدا أنه نأطر كل هذه النقاط في سياق أو في إطار محدد. خليني أبدأ بثلاث ركائز ممكن ندعم السياق الثقافي، تطوير السياحة، إعادة إحياء التراث، ويحاول أنه يبرزها بقدر بعمق. خليني أقول اللي هي أول شيء هو إبراز هذا التراث الثقافي بكل جوانبه، الجانب المادي والجانب الغير المادي. اليوم ما نقدر نتكلم بس على مباني تراثية بقدر ما إنه لازم نتكلم على ممارسات اجتماعية، على عادات، على تقاليد، على أنشطة، على تجربة كاملة متكاملة بمختلف النقاط اللي بتثيرها من مرئيات ومدركات للمستخدمين. النقطة الثانية أتخيل أنها مرة مهم إثارتها في هذا الإطار هي احترام الهوية الثقافية السعودية. يعني دوما الحدود بين الأصالة والتجديد ترى هي من القضايا المعاصرة الحين، مو بس على مستوى المملكة، خلينا نقول حتى على مستوى العربي. فهذه النقطة مهم جدا أنه يتم العمل عليها، ونكون إحنا كمصممين لنا دور في تفعيلها وإسقاطها على المشاريع التصميمية. وثالث نقطة ممكن أختم بيها اللي هي التجارب اللي بنوفرها للسياح داخليا أو خارجيا عموما، أو للزائرين أو لرواد هذه المناطق التراثية ومستخدميها. إلى أي مدى إحنا نقدر يكون في انغماس ثقافي، نعيد نحيي التجربة من منظور الشمولي أكثر، بطريقة مبتكرة، بطريقة إبداعية، وفي نفس الوقت نحاول إنه لا ننزاح إلى التقدم والتجديد على حساب ما هو تقليدي وأصيل. فشوية الموضوع شائك، دورنا مهم، وممكن يهمني بس أضيف نقطة هنا، إنه هذا ممكن الأفكار أو هذه التوجهات نسمعها على مستوى يعني في كل المجالات، المجال المهني، المجال الأكاديمي، المجال البحثي، لكن كيفية إسقاطها بطريقة مباشرة في المشاريع ممكن يحتاج إلى تعريف المقاربات التصميمية اللي احنا المفروض ان نتبناها كمصممين. ممكن هنا بتكلم اكثر يعني عشان اكون اكثر واضحة على السرد القصصي عبر التصميم. يعني هو من المقاربات اللي جدا هامة، لكن الحذر وكل الحذر في الباك جراوند للمصمم الداخلي في التعامل مع الرصد والتوثيق البيانات الموجودة. يعني دكتور حنيفة كان بيقول كله بيتكلم تراث، يعني صراحة في خطر، في خط أحمر لازم ناخذ بالنا منه، إنه في مختصين في المجال، في خلفية معرفية، في مهارات مطلوبة عشان نقدر ندخل على هذا المجال وبحذر.
على هذا الذكر، ما هي التحديات الرئيسية التي نواجهها في هذا الإطار؟
شكراً على السؤال. ترى تحديات مرة كبيرة وعديدة، بس خليني ممكن أركز على واحد تحدي أو اثنين اللي أشوفهم من وجهة نظري المتواضعة جداً هامة. أول تحدي هو التكيف مع الهوية المحلية. يعني إلى أي مدى إحنا ممكن زي ما قلت نحترم في هذا الخط الليميت بين الأصالة والتجديد في إبراز، وفي نفس الوقت في ابتكار تجارب شاملة وجاذبة. وممكن التحدي الثاني أظنه اللي جدا مهم أتكلم فيه اليوم هو وعي المصمم، خلفية تخصصه، مسؤوليته. يعني مهم جدا إنه الأمور تكون في إطار واضح لمجالات التدخل اللي بتكون لهذا المصمم.
أتمنى نكون بنعمل كده في عفت Architecture and Design. Thank you. Thank you so much. We move to Dr. Ahmed Beg. professor at the Faculty of Architecture and Planning, King Abdulaziz University, PhD in Building Information Modeling from University College London, UCL, and a leading expert in the integration of advanced technologies for heritage preservation. Extensive experience with BIM, 3D laser scanning, modeling, and simulation. Dr. Bake's work focuses on documenting, analyzing, and conserving historical sites. And this actually brings the question, what are the opportunities and challenges you face in making this kind of documentation?
I would say thank you very much for the introduction and the invitation. First of all, the opportunities and the challenges, it's a lot actually. عندنا كمية challenges very much. Opportunities also. One of the opportunities يعني ممكن نتكلم على sustainable documentation. There is a lot of خلينا نقول عندنا a lot of sites in Saudi Arabia. More than 5,000 heritage sites نتكلم عليها. Until now it's not documented. Also we're going to speak about the initial. It's now fine. أنا سامع نفسي بس. كده كويس؟ Okay. طيب. The initial phase for the خلينا نقول نتكلم على البروجكت any heritage projects it's documentation. طيب لما نبدا في الدوكيومنتيشنز كانت في يعني نتكلم في فتره قبل 10 سنوات كانت موضوع الدوكيومنتيشنز مره متعب. الان عندنا خلينا نقول بالادفانس تكنولوجيز زي الليزر سكاننج فوتوغرامتري ودي التكنولوجيز بتيسر كثير عمليات الدوكيومنتيشنز بتيسر كثير عمليه الميجرمنت. طيب افتر ذات بعدين عندنا الستيب اللي بعدها اللي تكلمنا عليها الهيريتج بيم كيف ممكن نوصل لمرحله انه نحول كل المودلز هذه الى 3 دي بيم مودلز. النكست ستيب بعد كده ممكن تساعدنا في المينتننس ممكن تساعدنا في الرينوفيشنز. بعد كده بنروح لخطوات اللي هي الديزاينز كيف تقدر خلينا نقول ريوز لذيس بيلدينجز. هذه اللي نقدر نتكلم عليها من ناحيه opportunities. challenges كميه التشالنجز مره كثير. ارتفاع سعر التكلفه الكوست مره عالي لما تستخدم في البروجكتس هذه. اضف الى ذلك النولج والاكسبيرينس والاكسبرتس اللي تبي تجيبها من برا السعوديه او سواء تبي تبنيها هنا بناء القدرات في السعوديه. هذه كلها خلينا نقول ايشوز. وواحده من الاوبورتونيتيز اللي ممكن الان داخله في السوق بشكل جدا قوي اللي هي الاي اي والديب ليرنينج ونقدر نتكلم عليها الماشين ليرنينج. هذه كلها الان هي اوبورتونيتيز داخله في السوق. ستيل نحتاج نبني قدرات نولج يعني كيف ممكن تكتسب النولج هذه تاخذها من برا وتنقلها عندك في السعوديه. هذه يعني opportunities وتشالنجز في نفس الوقت.
Special tools to be integrated in architecture and design curricula so our graduates would be better prepared for.
والله there is a lot of خلينا نقول tools. Actually the most important اللي بنتكلم دحين على AI. كيف الاي اي تستخدمه في الديزايننج هاو تو بروسيد ديزاينز الكونسبت ديزاين كيف صارت الان نفس الحكايه. لو تروح للطلبه عندنا بيستخدموا الاي اي في الريندرينج شايف كيف. هذه كلها اتس فيري امبورتنت تولز تستخدمها في الوقت الحالي. وبرضه نفس الحكايه البروجرامينج كيف تقدر تستخدم البايثون في عمليه البرمجه وبعدين كيف تدخلها يعني في عندك على سبيل المثال عندك في برامج مره كثير تستخدم الان البايثون لغه البرمجه. طيب عشان تقدر تسوي الريندرينج. طيب وتقدر كيف تسوي السيموليشن توصل للسيموليشن للبيلدينجز دي تمشي تسوي الام اي بيز كيف تعمل لها سيموليشنز كيف تتاكد انه في كلاشز ولا ما في كلاشز في نفس البيلدينج دي. This is very important انه الطالب يعرف يشتغل عليه. يعني الطلاب لما بيتخرجوا من عندنا جرادويت ستودنتس لما يخرجوا في سوق العمل تلاقي جاب العيد في ناحيه الاستراكشر من ناحيه الام اي بيز. بس انت عندك تولز فيري سمبل تقدر تشغلها رن على برنامج فرضا زي الاوتوديسك ريفت. طيب تشغلها على الريفت تبدا تشوف السيموليشنز هذه بيطلع لك كميه الكلاشز. افتر ذات خلاص عندك ممكن الديسيجن ممكن تطلع بعد كده من الطالب انه يعرف انه هنا تيسر موضوع للستراكشر انجينيرنج والام اي بي انجينيرنج دول اللي شغالين هنا تيسر لهم المواضيع دي بحيث انه ما يكون عندك كميه اخطاء كبيره في المشاريع. وهذه بالفعل بنواجهها حتى الان على مستوى يعني المشاريع اللي على مستوى السعوديه في مشاريع مره كثيره بنفس المشكله دي.
We move now to Ms. Zain Zidan, a strong experience in curation, event management, media communication, art management, and film industry. Ms. Zain is a strong advocate for the cultural impact art brings to people's daily lives. A creative thinker, a team builder, and communicator across various media outlets. And actually, would like to know how film can help in that regard.
Assalamu alaikum. طبعا of course film is a very big impact in storytelling, in preserving heritage, in encouraging for tourism. The Red Sea Film Festival, we had our first edition in Al Balad, and of course that was a great impact for all the international visitors, the local and regional, who were attending the festival to be inspired by Al Balad and the beauty of the houses and all the heritage and stories. So the role of documenting films, encouraging people about storytelling, to understand the history of how Al Balad became Al Balad, the houses, the small shops and the stories there. We have plenty to share. And that's the role of the festival, is to encourage filmmakers, directors, producers from all over the world, when they're attending the festival, to get inspired. Just walking around in the streets, documenting and talking about it. It's like when you're watching a lot of films, for example, Roman Holiday, you get inspired to go to Rome. When you're watching Slumdog Millionaire, like the slums, you want to be, like you're curious to go and see what's happening there. So, creating stories and films coming to Al Balad will inspire you to do that. So that's one of the things that we're hoping part of the festival is having the location in Al Balad. And again, this year we're going to be in Al Balad. It's to just open eyes for people to see the beauty of it and how we can enhance it in storytelling and sharing it to the international and to the wide world. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our esteemed panelists. They have enriched our understanding of heritage. Really, I was hoping that this discussion would go for another 30 minutes, but due to the program time, we would have to conclude the panel discussion, and hopefully we can get one or two questions from the audience if they would like to. For our panelists, any questions for our panelists? Okay, this is another one. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much for this panel. In terms of documenting and storytelling, where are you getting and gathering the information? And is it available for other designers or other people, anyone who cares to hear these stories? Where can we find it, the information? Thank you so much.
At the moment, I believe it's more of individuals who are creating and collecting these stories, whether from families, from their own research, and so on. So I think we should look at seeing a way where, whether collaborating with Jeddah Historical District or other entities that can help gather all these content and information to be able to share it to people who would like to document it, whether through architecture, through design, through storytelling. But there should be an entity that can preserve and hold these things, generation after generation, speaking to grandparents and families to gather all this information, because if we don't do it at this stage now, then it's going to be too late for the coming generations to collect it and be able to reflect it through stories, buildings, heritage, and so on.
Thank you for the question. On the side of that, I think the Ministry of Culture, Architecture and Design is actually documenting in terms of architecturally the stories and the heritage and all of that. So they are creating an archive, both visual and otherwise, for all of these things, which I think is really important. So there are efforts, but obviously there's a lot more to be done. In terms of art of heritage, we consult regularly with designers, so anybody who wants to come, and we have a lot of information on regionality and pattern and things like that. So anytime any designer wants to come, we're more than happy to share that information.
Thank you so much. Another question for Princess Noura. Globally, is Saudi heritage present on the global stage and well represented, or we still need to work towards that?
I think it's a lot more well represented than it has been in the past, for sure. We see it, I think, everywhere at the moment. And things like the tourism, things like these huge projects that are going on, the Biennale, there's a lot of different ways that our culture is being represented out there. And obviously there's also the amount of tourism people coming in, experiencing it themselves. I think it's very important to separate, you know, heritage and culture, which is something that I think about a lot. So, you know, it's very important to preserve our heritage and to make sure that we are preserving it in the correct way. But it's also, you know, when we think about future heritage, it's also very important to understand how do we give that to the new generation for them to come. And I think doing both, allowing the younger generation to own their heritage and transform it for their lives, is going to, maybe this may be taken the wrong way, but I'm going to say it, is to maybe make it a little more cool to them. And I think that's very important as well, because if, you know, because how do you preserve something? You keep it in the limelight. So.
Thank you so much. This has been a very rich discussion. We still have some questions? Or? Okay.
Dr. Hassan Wakid, I appreciate the understanding between heritage, preserving heritage, and the understanding utilizing technology. We have a problem, sometimes we want to differentiate. Heritage sometimes comes, like I have example, what happened in Paris. You know, when the technology came out and the challenge utilizing steel and the structure give a feature like A, people said it's not our heritage, it's not our, we don't have identity within that. We are Paris, P. And the other thing that have been surprised me, that I have seen a lot of buildings, they treated them, you know, with the high tech, and sometimes they have special features as well. In Copenhagen, when we've been around, people asked, we don't like this building. We don't like even the treatments of this kind of buildings. Why? Because we don't see our identity. This is Copenhagen. I mean, there is an issue that we have to understand as well, that there is nostalgia, that sometimes you get happy and you have a memory with old buildings. And you have to relate to that much, I think, to a certain limit, because preservation has to utilize technology. Yes, not to be, not to disfigure or I mean, because this is something to be studied and to be recorded as a heritage, but there is a lot of issues has to be identified between the meaning of utilizing technology and identity and many things like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Would like to know anyone on this? All right. Thank you so much. This has been very enriching discussion. I would like to thank all our panelists, Prince Noura, and all our esteemed guests. Thank you so much. And we will move to the next, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, our dear moderator and panelists, for sharing your rich thoughts. As Effat University's Architecture and Design departments under the College of Architecture and Design are key to integrate the experiential learning that delivers well-trained and next session, please have a seat. Please have a seat. Thank you.
excuse me, please have a seat because we need to continue with our plan. Okay. أيوة. النهارده زحمة ما كناش متوقعين. صورنا ايوه يا سامي نايس ميموري اصورها مش
طيب. On to the next part of the program. As Effat University's Architecture and Design departments under the College of Architecture and Design are keen to integrate the experiential learning that delivers well-trained and creative architects and designers, we are proudly announcing our collaboration with Beit al-Iba. I would like to welcome our respected president to the stage, Dr. Haifa Rida Jamal al-Lail, Mr. Isam Ayoub, the general manager of Beit al-Iba, to sign the MOU, Dr. Asma Ibrahim, Dean of College of Architecture and Design, Dr. Tamir Slerafi, Chair of the Architecture Department, and Dr. Sajid Khalifa, the Chair of the Design Department.
أدعو الآن رئيسة الجامعة الدكتورة هيفا رضا جمل الليل إلى المنصة إلى جانب الأستاذ عصام أيوب المدير العام لبيت الإباء لتوقيع مذكرة التفاهم. كما نرحب بالدكتورة أسماء إبراهيم عميدة كلية العمارة والتصميم، ودكتور تامر صيرفي رئيس قسم العمارة، والدكتور سالد خليفة رئيس قسم التصميم.
بمبادرة كريمة من المعماري محمد برهان سيف الدين ورعاية الجمعية السعودية لعلوم العمران بمكة المكرمة، تقديراً له وتكريماً له لدوره البارز في تصميم العديد من المشاريع المعمارية في مكة المكرمة وجدة والطائف، بالإضافة إلى إسهاماته المتميزة في التعليم المعماري في قسم العمارة الإسلامية بجامعة أم القرى. أقيمت الدورة الأولى من الجائزة لطلاب قسم العمارة بجامعة أم القرى لأفضل تصميم لمشروع متحف السيرة النبوية. أما الدورة الثانية فكانت لأفضل مشروع تخرج لطالبات التصميم الداخلي في كلية التصاميم والفنون بجامعة أم القرى. ولتطوير الجائزة تم تشكيل مجلس تأسيسي لها يضم في عضويته كل من المهندس محمد برهان، المهندس خالد فدا، الدكتورة نورة غبرة، الدكتور محمد فكري، ومحدثكم. وتفعيلاً لاتفاقية الشراكة بين فروع جمعية علوم العمران بمكة المكرمة وجدة والطائف، ارتأت اللجنة التنظيمية إتاحة الفرصة لإشراك الطلبة والطالبات بالجامعات في نطاق إمارة منطقة مكة المكرمة. في العام الحالي انطلقت النسخة الثالثة من المسابقة تحت عنوان التراث والابتكار، بهدف إلهام الطلاب لاستكشاف أفكار مبتكرة ورائدة في العمارة والعمران، ولتوفير منصة للمشاركة في استكشاف إمكانيات التفكير الإبداعي حول التوازن الدقيق بين تقدير الموروث الأصيل والثقافة المحلية والتصميم المعاصر. تم تنظيم الجائزة من خلال مسارين: المسار الأول يضم تخصصات العمارة والتصميم الداخلي، فيما يضم المسار الثاني تخصصات التصميم العمراني والتخطيط الحضري وعمارة البيئة. وتم توجيه الدعوة لكافة الجامعات في منطقة مكة المكرمة. استقبلنا 65 مشاركة من 6 جامعات و12 قسماً، بواقع 40 مشاركة للمسار الأول، 15 مشاركة للمسار الثاني. وتم اختيار لجنة التحكيم من عدد من الأكاديميين والمهنيين أصحاب الخبرة. نستأذن صاحبة السمو الملكي الأميرة نورة بنت تركي الفيصل للمسرح لتسليم الجوائز للفائزين. وسعادة الدكتورة هيفاء جمل الليل، سعادة الدكتورة ميرفت شومان، الدكتورة أسماء إبراهيم، المهندس محمد برهان، والمهندس خالد فدا. اسمحوا لنا أولاً بتقديم شهادات تكريم لأعضاء لجنة التحكيم: الدكتور سمير فلمبان، الدكتورة ريم الصبان، تستلمها بالنيابة الدكتورة دنيا بطيب.
اعتذر به لزملائهم للحصول على شهادات المهنية، وهم لينا أبو النجا، صالحة أحمد،
Congratulations also Marah Al Jassim for winning the second place in the mosque design competition by Saudi Umran Society under the supervision of Dr. Muhammad Fikri.
ونتقدم أيضا بالتهنئة للطالبة مرح الجاسم لفوزها بالمركز الثاني في مسابقة تصميم المساجد التي نظمتها جمعية عمران السعودية تحت إشراف الدكتور محمد فكري.
بتول جستينيا. اوكي. دينا شحادة.
شافك صح؟
طب احنا كده كان زحمه ترى
عشان هذه الزاويه يا سلام شوف التصوير
طيب اشرحين لو سمحت على المشروع شوي. قاعد اسال اي احد اقول ايش المشروع حق تشرح.
لا عليك سيبهم بتنتري لسه خلاص عادي ارجع لا تبغى والله عادي خلاص جيت خلاص والله خلاص لا تصورين ابدا ما
هذا لسه
انت لازم
So when you go inside and touch it, so the bottom it doesn't really light. It doesn't lit, I know, yes,
Commercialized. Hijazi style patterns, inspiration, and this is the that's inspiration from
السلام عليكم أنا دينا. As part of our materials course on its different applications, we have identified two different applications, which is interlock that we have used. Interlock method, and we create different types of products. This product you can add music movement, and you can put in it, and even if you close it, you can start
بواب لازم فيها
This is a vase. Yes, this is a vase. Yes. This is a smaller scale of a chair. This is a model
Thank you.
فهذا يستخدم في السيارة بطريقة يثبت النظام وفي نفس الوقت الميكانيزم تحافظ عليه حتى مع
بالسيارة هم دحين بالدبابات
هو في فيرجن منه تثبت على الدباب بس ما طورتها
بس شوفي هنا حلو شكله
كذا وتنفك طبعا.
هذا سويتيه هنا في الديزاين لاب؟
ومع الحركة المفروض لما يكون الكوب ثقيل حتى لما يتحرك في السيارة
هذا يخليه بالانس
لو بالضبط يعني حتى لو أكل مطر أكل شيء يبقى الكوب ثابت معك ما بيتحرك لا يمين ولا يسار. فهو طبعا لما يكون في إن شاء الله يا رب.
يلا الله يبارك. سيارة هذه ما شاء الله. هذه السيارة أنا أبغى زيها.
السيارة مخصصة للدليفري سيرفيس. يعني المشكلة أساسية طلعت هم اللي بيسوقوا في الستيشن الدراجات دي عشان في خطر كبير على حياتهم دحين الناس ما بياخذوا حياتهم بشكل كثير. في طلهم في الصيف الشمس بتاعهم في الشتاء الهواء مرة قوي عليهم. نبدأ نوصل الأخبار للحياة بشكل أكثر الأكل حيكون مجهز للخالص بارد يقدر يفتح لا لازم
Very good. Very good.
بحيث انها تقلل حركه الحوادث اللي تصير في المواقف حق السيارات بسبب العربيات التسوق. كمان فيها اكثر من فانكشن يمديكي تشحني فيها جوالك سواء كان ايفون ولا اندرويد يمديكي تخلي الكود حقك حار اذا كان مشروبك حار يمديكي تخلي الكود دافي اذا كنت في ترافيك يعني في السياره تقدر تاخذيها معك في السياره تقدر تاخذيها في السوبر ماركت
سيارة
انها ما تحمل الملابس بدرجه حراره هي تطلع فايش الوظيفه كذا وتكون موجوده فيها علامه تجي تشغلي بعدين تختاري تبغي لون ولا ستيل ولا يوز كود بعدين تحددي ايش الماتيريال. فمثلا لو انا حطيت اللي هي كوتن بس العبايه مثلا فيها كوتن وبوليستر حيعطيني الرت انه لا انت حطيت الماتيريال الصح وانت درجه الحراره عشان ما يحرق اللبس. فبعدها حتحددي انه يو اسمبل صح هي لها مقاسين صغيره عشان لو الاطفال تبديها لو فساتين وثياب. بعدها يحدد لك الوقت بعدين الستين زي كذا.
shows the material, wood and stones that are being made natural
Yeah, here. Here. Sorry, yes. Studio 5 here.
لا لا اسمع لا لا لا
انا مش شايف انا مش شايف الزومبي
This is the reception.
ايوه انا شفت طيب هو
This is an event planning company
طيب
for events and this is the open workspace area which is right here. This is the section where you can see
Sarah, quickly, keep it very fast. Okay, brief. Tell her what is the project first. You are the instructor, yes? Dr. Noha is the instructor for our new faculty members.
Like concept came from the feminine dress here, like the chubby chic French style, and it's a mix between the vintage style and the modern style as well. As you can see, the dress. Very good. Thank you so much.
She studied the real building here.
This is my capstone project, which is in Uganda, Integrated Mixed Use Hotel. I wanted to create a hotel or a space that caters to introverts that don't really like socializing by utilizing technology to create a space where there's no interaction between the staff and guests. And I also used Inuit philosophy, the Atlantic Gothic style, to create a peaceful space in technologically advanced space, which is Inuit. And I created using a Japanese word. So you can see here from the different zones that I created. The U, which is the warm, by using Japanese style in the cafe, and the technology used for this new interaction is the longer style, which guests will just enter and then they order from the push and receive their order from this. So this interaction with yes, exactly. Yes. بقول له ايش اللي احنا نعطيك تتجوز كل العالم في جده ما
هذا كان my capstone project. Basically we're here في جدة Saudi Arabia. And basically the idea of it is not to create a library that is not a physical location for us, but a place that combines both technology and traditional ways of reading and gaining knowledge and education in order to make it really interesting for people to come to this place. So the place for physical books, for digital libraries, where everything we read is using digital devices, for exhibitions, to display the art pieces. It can be physical space, it can be
Bye.